Now the last two pieces that I need to do and to set up for my urethane clear is the back body panel here, which has got a couple of little problems that I will show you. One of them is right here. This is where I got too much reducer on the panel and it began to fight with the coat underneath. I'm trying to figure a name for that. It's not a reaction or a bad reaction, it's something else. Over here you can see where it started to do it a little bit right here, and there's another spot. Where the hell is it? Over here you can see where this, I don't know if you can see it, but it's very foggy right there a little bit. And then there's a place right there. Look at that. See that little fog spot? Oh, and there's one other little spot that's been done. So I'm going to take 1000 grit, a little bit of my soap and water, and I'm going to level this out. And the reason I'm making this video is I want to see, after all the work I've done and after it's sat for about 10 days in the warm, how much the color has shrank. I mean the paint has shrank underneath the final finish. So the sandpaper will show that, and then I'll re-show it. And this is the one other piece that I have left right here, and that's the urethane clear. And God, it looks great. There is a small spot right down here I have to fix. I have to fix this area around here, and there's a way I'm going to do that. But the shine is just, you can't, I mean, that would go on, that would set you up right there. But of course it's not good enough for me, because if it's going to be my signature DIOSpeed work, it's going to have to be smooth, especially if it's black. You can see a little bit of rippling right there. I'll clean all that up. So I'm going to sand this down and give it and we'll go back on the video and see what's going to go on. It's kind of early. Now this video will be as I progress and I find problems. What I've done is the top panel here and the top panel here to see and to show you guys that do this in the backyard what you can expect. Even if you get this panel absolutely totally perfect. Okay, your paint, I'm trying to get this in focus here. Your paint is always shrinking, especially around where you've done any body work or spot putty or anything. Now we have a problem here. Spot putty was probably done there when I had some gouges taking the sticker off. And then we have small spots here. I'm trying to get this in the light and still in contrast. And some small areas here. And on the other side, you can see where, let's see if I can do this. This area here is sunk in. And I have a little bit of problem here. And what I'll do, and there's little tiny pinholes. There's a pinhole there, and here, and there's one right there. Now these are all going to show up after you do the paint. The one thing about the urethane probably will not shrink at all because it's chemically hardened. But underneath it, the paint underneath the urethane, if it's not dry, will still try and get completely dry. And when that happens, what happens is the reducer comes out of the undry paint. It will get stuck underneath the urethane and cause little tiny bubbles. Not many, but that's what happens when you see those little bubbles. We look here, there's like I said, a couple of small spots there. There's this one here. And what I'll do is take my 1000 grit right here, and I will slowly get all of the shiny spots out, which are the low spots, and have this in preparation for when I go to urethane everything. And when I do go to urethane and everything, instead of, I will go down to the body shop store, and I'll get some wax and grease remover. We call it Sherwood cleaner. We used to get it from Sherwood and Williams, and you use that. It's like a solvent and a kind of a really thin diesel oil, but it's not oil. And what it does is it gets all your fingerprints and any kind of oil that you got on here from anything, and it lifts it. It gets in between the oil and the surface, so you can wipe that off, so you have an absolutely pristine surface to paint. Because remember, when you're talking about buying a gallon of urethane or catalyzed enamel or lacquer, or if you're really getting high up there, we used to use Imron, and that was a real tricky paint. That was half of that stuff was nothing but crazy glue, and it's made for aircraft. It's very tough but very brittle. If a rock hit a piece of paint like this, what it would do on a regular paint, it would cause a little ding. With Imron, it would cause a crater, and it would look like someone took a little hammer and went bing and knocked a piece of glass out of the paint. And it was a really great paint to spray, but you have to be very good to use it, and it was very expensive. And I don't even know what it costs today if they use it. Remember that all paint products are made of petroleum, and therefore they go up and down with the price of gas. And back in the day, gas was nowhere near $100 a barrel. All right, next video.